Hey y'all, how are you? I came to talk to you about the barter system. Have you tried it? Are you going to wait till a situation happens and you have no money and then you have to do it then? What do you think? Well, I on my Facebook today I put up a post about using the barter system for friends and family and things like that, and I wanted to share that with you because it had me thinking that a lot of you talk about the barter system and what you might use if you did barter, but have you tried to do it yet? So on my Facebook, I put up my Cash App, uh, and then also a P.O. box, and where they could do door deliveries if they needed to make trades and things like that. So I wanted to talk about that a minute and get your thoughts on it, how you would barter, how you would make the exchange, and what kind of things you might do that. So I'm going to use the example that I used on my Facebook today because this is a real life situation. My husband and I do a lot of fishing during the spring and summertime, and we usually catch a lot of fish. And family and friends are always asking, "Hey, when you come this way, will you drop some off? We'd like some." And we do a lot of giving away fish to people in need, and we've always give it to friends and family. But as things are ramping up and things are changing, there's got to be a little give and take. And so you could, since we don't sell our fish at all, we always give it away what we have extra. Um, there should be an exchange. So I got with my husband and I got with a friend of mine, and we were talking today about what exchanges could be. And my example is the fish. Um, so you could barter gas. Like someone could send you a gas card for so much amount of fish, or they could put money on the Cash App for whatever thing they wanted to donate towards the fishing trip. Because fishing trips are expensive and you're getting a product or a service in return. A lot of people don't know how to fish, but they want the fish. Or they're not able to travel, or they're not able due to sickness or whatever to fish anymore. So, um, the fish in the stores, when they have it, is not too fresh. And so, if you're wanting fresh fish and there's someone who can go do that, and you want to barter, I made my list of things that you could barter. Um, Besides donating gas on the Cash App or sending a gas card, cash cards are good too, but gas cards, you could donate ziploc bags in the quart size for fish, and then in the gallon size for crab. We also go crabbing in the springtime and summer, and crabs fit better in a gallon bag because they're bigger. But we use the quart size bags to separate the fish into smaller quantities. So you could just go to the deep freeze, and if it's just two people, maybe you want one bag out. That's a whole mess of fish, one bag for two people. But if you had company, you could go get 3 or 4 bags out, and then you wouldn't be wasting your fish, having to cook too much at one time. Is there such a thing as too much fried fish or too much baked fish for those of you who love it? I don't know. So anyway, Ziploc freezer bags is the thing to barter if you want to trade fish for Ziploc bags. And guess what? You can even have them sent by Walmart or Sam's to the door. Look at that. So that's great. And I want to do a shout out to my friend Diana. She knows who I am. Thank you so much for the Ziploc contribution. And we'll catch up with you when we deliver fish as we're coming through your way. You are the first to donate. Thank you so much, and I know how much you love the fish. So you are on the fish list. Also, when you go on the fishing trips, sometimes you have to have a hotel. Sometimes we take the gypsy van if there's a place that we can park for free. Sometimes you have to pay to park. So those are all things that could be bartered if you're getting a large quantity of fish. You know, if you go to the fish house, that fish is expensive. So if you're getting a large quantity of fish, you could trade a hotel room for fish, crabs, whatever, vegetables, fish, crab, and vegetables, that kind of stuff. You could do that. You could pay for a parking spot somewhere. Or, I don't know. Let's see. What's on my list else? Fishing tackle. Fishing tackle is expensive. People say, you got all that fish in your freezer? That didn't cost you nothing. Oh, yes, it did. Fishing tackle is expensive. Um, I'll have to tell you a story that the captain did to me when we first got together. We went to Kmart. That's how long ago it was. Kmart, 30 years ago. And he said he had a little handful of fishing lures. And you know, I didn't know nothing about fishing 30 years ago. So I was getting something. I said, he was getting, behind me in line, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to pay for, I'm going to pay for my stuff after you're done." And I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. You only got a couple things. We'll settle for it later, whatever." So he put it up there. I'll never do that again. I was so shocked. $60. All he had was three things in his hand. Three fishing lures. $60. My stuff was like $5 that I had. So, guess what? This girl never says put a handful of fishing stuff up here because it probably doesn't cost anything. Yes, it does. So, you could donate fishing lures, fishing line, fishing hooks, things like that. We do saltwater fishing. We also do freshwater fishing. So those are things to donate, barter, whatever. Okay, next on my list. In fishing supplies, we got to have dip nets and cast nets and things like that. They are not free, just so you know. So, when I tell you fishing is expensive and you say to me, you have all of that fish, why aren't you just giving it away to everyone? And you should also drive it to us, too. We live 2 hours away. Come visit us and bring us some of your bags of fish because you have so much in your freezer. People, that's my groceries. And I'm happy to share them most of the time. Anyway. On to my list. You also have to buy bait or catch your bait in the said cast net that sometimes you snag on the rocks and then you got to buy another one. So fishing is not free. When we go fishing, that we are actually going to nature's grocery store, and we are feeding our families, and we are happy to feed everyone else's families. However, you should barter. That's what you should do. So, if you have a skill like that and you go fishing and everybody always wants your fish, again, we're always happy to give it away. We do not sell our fish. Or if you deer hunt and everybody's always in line and saying you should give me some free, I know deer hunting isn't free neither. I know it costs a pretty penny to go out there and get all of that stuff done, but people don't think about it. You could barter that. You could trade fish for deer or deer for fish. What would you barter? What is your skill? What do you have that you would barter with someone else? It's time to try that out right now before there's a time that you have to. You could also send a frosty drink for your fisher people. The captain loves sweet tea. Y'all know I like the Diet Coke. And the silver tequila for my margarita. Yes, it is. Fantastic. those are things you could always barter for fish or whatever else cool thing I have. You know, I make the oils and all those kind of things. So I will add my Cash App in the description. I'll figure out how to put it on the top at some other point, but I don't know how at this minute. Uh, so lots of friends and family always watch the videos. Uh, you want some fish this season? There's a Cash App. Or we can meet in person and you can donate. We can barter. You might have something I need. We'll barter fish. Okay, so that was just an example of how you can use the barter system right now. I think I covered all that on there. But you should be practicing using it now instead of waiting till you have to. And then you don't know if people are going to do it. Some people still want you to just, nope, I don't want any then. And think you're a horrible person because you don't want to just give it away. There's got to be a trade-off somewhere. So start trying your barter system now if you're a person who's going to do that. While I have you on here, I want to talk a little bit about what was in Walmart today. Or what wasn't. How is Walmart looking in your area or the stores that you frequent? One thing I did pick up from Walmart today that I've been looking for several weeks and I could not find it anywhere. They were out of it. Was the emergency blanket. It was $2.97, I believe it was. They haven't had any for a long time, and I wanted to get one to put in my, first aid kit, because you never know if somebody might be in shock or whatever. You would need one of these. I don't blind you. Or up here in Missouri, you know, the frost and stuff comes, ice out of nowhere, and you never know when you might need one. You should have one in your car just in case you get stuck on the side of the road somewhere in the frosty weather. Or, you know, if you're camping and something happens and you need one, it's good to have. So I just did pick up one today. Like I said, they're almost $3, $2.97, I believe it was. So that's something good to put in your kit yourself. So, gas at the Murphy's USA, which is the Walmart gas station, or gas station outside of Walmart, has went up 7 cents since the Russia and Ukraine war started. So it is now $3.14 here in southern Missouri at the Walmart that I frequent. There was no cat food today. None. The shelf was totally empty. Nothing. There was some dog food left, but it was very short supply in that. Toilet paper was starting to go. It was. Toilet paper was starting to go off the shelves. And I said, woo, good thing I don't need any. I already got some. I stocked that up. I learned in 2020. Don't get low on the toilet paper. But anyway, that is starting to show that people are panicking a little bit and starting to stock up on that. I asked my son how it was looking over at the Dollar General, and he said people were starting to come get it, but they still had some in the back room, so they should not go. They should not be out very soon at that location. Soups were picked over. There still is no pasta and still no dang French fries. None. Potato war. I don't know. Canned goods were really picked over. The meat looked okay. Prices are still very high. I think I paid today for 4 hamburger patties. You know, the fresh hamburger patties. $9. For 4. I just showed you 2. For 4. Anyway. Meat prices are, you know, same, rising. Everything's rising. Everything I bought, you could tell a few more cents higher than it was last time, which last time was last week. So keep prepping, keep watching, be diligent, Do what you need to do. What do you think about bartering? Tell me in the comments. What will you barter? What do you think about the prices in your area? What's changing? Are you low on stuff in your stores, or is everything fully stocked? Anyway, much love, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow or next day with another video. And y'all stay safe. Much love, y'all.